Hi, it's Karen here and welcome to another installment in my stamping videos. This is a video that I promised to my Facebook fans after I'd showed them a hinged card last week. Still waiting for perfect weather, but we're going to give it a go anyway before time gets too far on. Okay, we start with a card base and two coloured pieces, Regal Rose and Pink Pirouette. One for the bottom and bottom, turn it around so you can see one for the top. So that's going to hide by that, and the card is actually going to open by hinging. Okay, so here we go. So first I'm going to go to a stamp from Sprinkles, background stamps. I'm actually using the lightest colour first so I don't have to clean my stamp in between. I am going to just give this Pink Pirouette piece some texture by stamping Pink Pirouette ink onto Pink Pirouette cardstock. There we go. And I'm going to do the same thing with the piece of Regal Rose. Regal Rose ink onto Regal Rose cardstock. And if you're going with the same sort of colour toning and you go lightest to dark, there is no need to clean your stamp in between. And that's the sort of thing I like. All time saving. Okay, I'm going to pop that over to one side to now be cleaned later on. And I am going to take my scallop edge punch, popping that in the centre, lined up on the markings on the top, just using those markings to centre it. Taking the punched piece and lining it up so it covers the mirror pieces on the punch, and that way you get a perfect continuation. And the other side, and by centering it you get the same part scallop on either end. Now this piece here, you're going to grab your snail tape runner and leaving a gap, and you'll see why afterwards. We are going to stick this, we'll just get that bit of rubbish out of our way, stick this to the base of the card. Like so. So you see you've got a gap in there, and what that gap's for is for this piece of Pink Pirouette to tuck into, like that. But before we do that, we're going to grab our snail and place a piece of Melon Mambo polka dot grosgrain ribbon across the top, pulling it tight so it's not bowing on the front. Oops, pulled it just that little bit too tight. Just hold that down like that. And now what we're going to do is we're going to tuck that under there, like making sure it is lined up at that top edge and holding it tightly in place. We're going to grab a 1/16 inch circle hole punch, and just in that first scallop, full scallop, we're going to punch a hole through the Regal Rose, the Pink Pirouette and the white card on the back. Grabbing a silver mini brad, this is what we're actually going to use to hold everything together, and of course now it was so beautifully in place. It has just got itself slightly out of sync. There we are, there's the holes all lined up again. Push that through all three holes, turn it over and spread the legs on the bread. So that's actually all that is holding this card in place, so that when you open it and shut it, it hinges. Now it needs a little more decoration, of course, so we're going to grab a piece of Whisper White cardstock and our Regal Rose ink, and we're going to grab a butterfly from Flight of the Butterfly stamp set. Stamp that there on our piece of Whisper White, and grabbing the butterfly punch that is designed to match, I'm going to line that up with the centre like that and punch. Then we're going to mat our butterfly, just a bit of snail in the centre, so that when we place it down on a piece of pink pirouette and trim that using the Fiskars trimmer. This is a great way to get perfect borders. So we line up our butterfly so that the edge of the blue bar down here is on the edge of the wings, and trim and spin, and spin again, and spin again. And now we're going to add that onto another mat, piece of Regal Rose. Snail, a few bits of adhesive there, being a bit rough with my snail today. And a piece of scrap Regal Rose, and the same thing, edge of pink pirouette, the blue edge of the blue bar, and just spin that round. This is a way to get your matting always the same size and perfectly square if you line it up each time on the bottom bar. What we're going to do is we're going to place a Stampin' Dimensional. These are little hexagon shaped double-sided tape, fantastic things for saving your scissors. I find it easier to get the edge up if I've just pressed in the centre with a fingernail. It's much easier to get the layer off. And now that's designed, those dimensionals are placed so that hopefully they will go on either side of the ribbon. Okay, and there's your finished card, called a hinged card because it opens like that and you write your greeting and everything inside. Thanks so much for watching my video. If you have any questions, please leave me a comment and let me know.